What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters, and welcome to Life to Metal. It's time for Big Edition of The Mail. That's right, definition of The Mail. And this edition of The Mail is brought to you and me by a friend of mine named Patrick Wolf. Now, Patrick does not do VC videos or any of that kind of stuff. He said he had some. He was, I guess, clearing things out, and he had some records and wanted to know if I wanted them. And I said, yeah, sure, I'd love to have them. So I have no clue what's in this box, and it is a big box. I wasn't going to open it on camera, but I just kind of asked him, you know, would you like me to record this and show it to people? And he said, yeah, I'd love for you to do that. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, wow. So he said he sent a bunch of surprises, and he sure did. Right on the very top, this is King Diamond picture disc. This is a shaped picture disc for Halloween and Sleepless Nights. Very cool. As some of you might know, I just recently did a couple videos for picture discs, and I showed some of my shaped picture discs, and I definitely did not have that one. So that's very cool. Oh, right on. Right on the top, this is 100 Proof, Power and the Glory. This 100 Proof were a band from England from the early 80s, part of the new wave of British heavy metal movements, leaning a little more towards the hard rock side than like the, Venom, Raven, Iron Maiden side. They're leaning more towards like the, just a little left of the metal side, but still a great band. This album I do not have, and I think this is one of their later albums, if I'm not mistaken. Power and the Glory was not one of their earlier albums. I think this was probably like the mid-80s. But I think their first single came out in 80. Their first full-length album came out in 1981, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have anything by 100 Proof. I just know of them and know their music, and they're on my list of to get. So fairly sure that's who that is. If I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will correct me. But yeah, Power and the Glory. Yep, it says right on top here, British Metal Limited Edition Vinyl. All right, what else we got in here? Ooh. This is Extra Hot Sauce, Taco of Death, Peaceville Records. Man, I do not know this one at all, but I'm interested. It's from, let's see. Extra Hot Sauce. I have no idea who this is or what it is. I was checking to see if I knew a name on here or nothing. But it's another English release. I'm going to assume, it looks to me like it's early 80s. Let me see if there's there's the center rings. Looks like 1988. So yeah, I don't know this one at all. So if anybody does know this one, I'm interested. It looks kind of like punky, but we'll see. No idea. Wow, there's a lot in here, so I'm gonna have to go a little quicker. This is Jerusalem, live in the USA. This is just a fantastic live album. It's like one of Jerusalem's finest hours, in my opinion. Features songs from their earlier catalog, dating from back to '78 up until this came out in, what, 84, 85? And a couple songs that were just on this album alone. Just funny enough, this just came out on CD, and I just received that in the mail today. So here is the CD version. I haven't even opened it yet, but there's the vinyl version. Here's the CD version. I did the artwork for this, and it's got a 12-page booklet in it with tons of photos. Anyhow, so it's kind of funny that I got this in the mail today as well. Oh, this is really cool. Yeah, I don't have this at all. I have this on cassette tape. I've had it for years. This is independent release from the lead, kind of punk, more with a thrash edge, kind of a hardcore punk thrash crossover, whatever you want to call it, sound. Female vocals. Nina Lopez is the vocalist for this band. These guys just actually put out a new album last year, a new EP, and Rox Records actually put that EP out, and it actually hasn't been doing that well. So if you're into the lead at all and you didn't know that they put out an EP last year, they did. Brand new. Rox Records has it, so sound like a freaking advertisement. This is Leviticus. This is a promo single from Solid Rock Records for Flames of Fire. And Love is Love. And this is off the Setting Fire to the Earth record, which I have on CD. I do not have on vinyl, nor do I have this single. So that's very cool. Leviticus were Swedish heavy metal band with Bjorn Stigson was the guitar player, and I love their first two albums. Speaking of which, here's I Shall Conquer, which was their first album. Has a couple different covers. This is the U.S. version, I believe, on Shadow Records. I've never owned the other cover. But yeah, it's you know, when it first came out, I thought it was weak. But I thought it was weak because it was 1986, and by that point I was into, you know, all this thrash stuff and heavy, you know, heavy U.S. power metal stuff. And but revisiting this many years later, I really enjoy the first two albums because they have a sound that's quite unique to them. It's very foreign sounding to my ears because it's Swedish. Whereas their later albums, they started to adopting that U.S. sound. On those first two albums, it was just very... Okay, my apologies. I ran out of room on the SD card when I wasn't paying attention, so I actually don't have any idea where it cut off at. So I'm assuming it cut off on this one, and I'm going to move on to the next one that was in the package. There's still quite a few in here, so this is one of my all-time favorite straightforward heavy metal albums. This is Saint Times End. Vocalist Josh Kramer is just fantastic. People compare him to Rob Halford, and indeed he does have that kind of sound to his voice and his delivery. Richard Lynch is the main player here. He is the bass player who has actually kept this band together for decades. And then you've got Brian Willis on drums and John Mahan on guitar. This is just a phenomenal album. This was their second album. First, a lot of people consider the first album an EP, whatever. This is their second album, and it was on Pure Metal Records, 1987, 86, I believe it was, and yeah, just a great record. If you don't have it, I highly recommend it if you're into straightforward 80s heavy metal. This next one is unusual because I've never actually seen one of these, nor do I own one, but this is one of those digital stereo laser discs, but this is Striper, live in Japan on Laserdisc. Very unusual. I never owned one, but these are actually pretty cool. Striper live in Japan, the center label. Those are. I actually have a friend who's, well, Bill Bafford from Rocks Records, who is a Striper fanatic, and I'm kind of curious if he has these because he pretty much has everything, right down to having To Hell with the Devil on 8-track tape. So this follow right up with that one. This is In the Beginning, again on Laserdisc, front and the back. And there's some more of them in here. This is a DRI, Live at the Ritz, All Access Laserdisc. These are cool. I've never seen these before. This is Rush, Exit Stage Left, Laserdisc. Darren Hildebrandt, huge Rush fan from Canada. Do you have that? Let's see, what is this? Disc 2 is the Laserdisc. This is La Carrera Panamericana, Pink Floyd. So this looks like maybe a movie soundtrack with all the, or maybe it is a movie. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know this well enough. But these are all Pink Floyd songs in the back. Gilmore, Run Like Hell. See if I recognize any of the other songs. Nope, I don't. I don't recognize most of these song names. But musicians: David Gilmour, Nick Mason, and Rick Wright. So pretty much Pink Floyd. And as well, this is Pink Floyd in concert, Delicate Sounds of Thunder on I'm going to have to see if I can find a Laserdisc player now. I have to start looking around at the different discount shops and see if they have any of these things, because I'm kind of curious now. Pink Floyd Live, Delicate Sounds of Thunder. Oh my goodness, what is this? Oh, this is incredible. This is Sepultura Under Siege live in Barcelona, and this is not a I didn't even show it yet, I know, but I got all excited and started staring at it. This is Sepultura Under Siege live in Barcelona. This is a Japanese pressing from, let's see, when was this made? Tokyo, Japan. Was there a year on here somewhere? That would be helpful. 1992. Is this a Laserdisc? Yes, it is a Laserdisc. So it's a Japanese Laserdisc of Sepultura with a poster. Sorry about the glare. Actually, let me get rid of that glare. There you go. That's a little better. And then the lyrics in Japanese. That's kind of neat. Now this would be freaking awesome on vinyl. It also had a what do you call these things? The little hype sticker, all in Japanese. And I'm assuming this is going to be a Laserdisc 2, because I've never seen this before. Yep, this is disc audio. This is Creator Hallucinative Comas. Very cool, very interesting. I've never ever seen this before. I've got to find a Laserdisc now to play this stuff. So very cool, dude. That's so awesome. Thank you, man. That's what was in that package. Making sure there's nothing else in all the packing. That's it. So like I thought, it wasn't enough. Incredible package. So appreciate it a ton. Thank you very much, Patrick Wolf. Thank you all for watching. That's it. God bless. Stay strong.